Really?
I'm so ready for this. I'm sorry, I can't wait. It's
Pumpkins.
like I have waited a whole week into September. I feel like I've done my time.
I know what this is. This is about because we planted pumpkins.
Yes.
And now we have 5, 6 pumpkins now.
And that one little horrible vine that wouldn't do anything, now it's like the little pumpkin that could.
Really? Mm-hmm. Yeah. Hi, it's the Todd and Erin Daily Stream.
We're just excited about our garden. We haven't had a chance to do like a real garden for years because our old yard was very, very dark.
Yeah.
And now we have pumpkins.
So anyway,
So it seems like it's time to decorate for Halloween,
That's
right?
what tipped you off. That's what sent you into that
I'm ready.
pumpkin spice. People are
so
talking pumpkin spice everything already. It's like, what's wrong with you people?
I'm so excited. How can you complain? This is like the best time of the year.
Not for the pioneers, because the pioneers were harvesting now, and they were putting all their squashes and stuff into their cold storage underground and stuff, and realizing that that's all they're going to eat throughout the entire winter.
You know, I come from proud pioneer stock. My people helped colonize this valley, and my mother still keeps her squash in the coldest place in the house, which turns out to be her walk-in closet. So whenever we wanted something, she'd go burrowing into her closet, and Todd and I'd be like, "What, Mom? What do you?
You have a squash.
What are you doing there?" And she would go, "Yeah,
and
yeah,
it's
yeah."
good.
She goes, "Here's a patty pan. They last forever."
And by the way, I wouldn't keep harping on the fact that you're from pioneer heritage, because you have absolutely nothing in common with the pioneers.
I look good in a poke bonnet.
That's true. Mm-hmm. All right, I got to tell you about this because it's a little scary. Grab your pitchforks and your torches, because there's a TV station, a local TV station. Their videographer, which we respect because we work with them, and a person who works with the Wildlife Division of Animals.
Wildlife Resources
They
Division.
were down in southern Utah, and they're working with gophers, groundhogs, and prairie dogs. That's prairie dogs is what I wanted to say.
They're all the same thing. They're small, they're short, they're rodents.
Not
They have
these.
the same beady eyes.
Not these.
What do you mean?
They were exposed to something I like to call the plague.
Nuh-uh. The plague doesn't exist anymore. That's like a medieval thing.
The plague.
You liar face.
Killed millions of people in the mid-centuries.
Yeah.
She killed them just dead because they didn't have antibiotics. So these guys are now on antibiotics. But
I didn't know
thinking
the plague even existed anymore.
it does with prairie dogs.
I did not know
evidently.
that. And it's wildly, I know that it's wildly contagious, but that was, by the time the strain, the whole point of plague was gone. I mean,
here's my recommendation. Start collecting leeches. Round up all the black cats you know. Anyone who's got a big nose, put them in a pen someplace. Just because they could be the cause of it. We just don't know.
Yeah, I'm sure of
Medieval
it.
times. This is medieval times, you know.
I'm sure of it, sure.
Yeah.
Okay.
And if you have pumpkins, set them on fire.
Why would you do that?
They did it in the Middle Ages for some
They
reason.
didn't set the pumpkins on fire. You're saying that because you just don't want me to decorate for Halloween.
They might have.
Whatever.
All right. So anyway, the plague is in southern Utah. That is just frightening.
I just can't even imagine that we would have the plague in this day and age. That's so random.
I just figured the plague coming down the street and the rickety guy
Bring
in the
out your
dark.
dead.
Bring out your dead.
I'm not dead yet. I'm getting better.
So instead, they just gave me antibiotics and they said you'll be fine.
Speaking of antibiotics, this is interesting. Intermountain Healthcare just announced the official launch of a nonprofit generic drug company. Now get this is so interesting. Here's why. It's going to be called Civic RX, and Martin von Triest, who's a huge industry insider in the medical world here,
Right.
is just named as the company's CEO. He's doing this with no compensation. This is a complete nonprofit. And they
Already I'm suspicious.
Right, and they joined with 6 other hospital systems, and then they're being overseen by 3 philanthropic groups.
Okay.
And here's why. What they have found is that it's getting to the point where if there's any kind of shortages of medication,
Right.
the prices skyrocket like crazy. The
Right,
hospitals are
right.
desperately trying to get antibiotics, or they're
Right,
trying to
right.
get this cancer drug.
EpiPens happened this spring, right?
And so what they're finding is then, of course, it's ratcheting up everybody's medical care costs. And
Right.
they're getting to the point, he said, no patient, no family should be concerned that their child can't get the cancer drug they need to live.
This is true.
And so what they're finding is, number one, they were battling these ridiculous prices trying to get the drug, and number two, they were still facing that shortage.
Right.
So what they said is, we're going to start our own drug company. They're doing this with 6 other groups.
We
will start manufacturing on our own. They're going to build their own manufacturing
What?
plant. He said it's a model that's open to everybody. He said anyone can follow our same plan if they want to. We'll lay it out for them. They're welcome to do the same business model.
That's crazy.
Everyone gets the same price. Everyone gets equal access to the drugs that they need. And he said the generics should sell for about 30% below current prices. And
what kind of world do we live in?
And Civic RX says they're planning to market 14 generic drugs.
Who is?
It's called Civic RX. That's
Okay.
our Utah. That's the new Utah nonprofit, and they'll be able to market these new generic drugs by mid-2019.
Whoa!
Isn't that? You know what this is exciting to me about? Is number one that this is us.
Right.
Number two that they're doing this as a nonprofit, and they said anyone is welcome to our business model because
Right.
they want to see it succeed for other people. I love the fact that it's being overseen by philanthropic groups who have
Right.
kind of a savvy knowledge of,
Right.
yeah, don't do it this way because
But
they understand how to manage it.
There's a downside.
There's not any. And
There is a downside.
And the thing that I love about this is it's like the Apple CEO. Remember when he said we're going to start our own healthcare plan for our people? He says
Right.
we're going to build our own medical insurance healthcare plan. And you know they're going to do a better job.
I might need it because I have a cold that Zaki gave me. Darn him.
Don't cough on me. I don't need your disgusting.
I'll just turn this right. There
pathogens.
is a problem with it.
What is the downside to this wonderful story?
What about all the politicians who get paid lobby money?
They're going
to
to have to
back
buy
up
their
the pharmaceutical?
own lunch. They're going to have to buy their own lunch. This is going to be
I already
sad.
need something. I'm not sure what it is, but
I don't think it's the cold that's the real issue here.
it's the plague.
All right. Burning Man, you know, it's been really fun showing you some of these images, and maybe you haven't caught a show before.
Well,
this.
actually, we got a lot of comments on this, and then people said, well, show us more because we showed you some tidbits.
And this is visually the most beautiful year I've ever been, and I think for you too. But
Yeah.
it's essentially a city of 75,000 people that suddenly explodes into the desert of Nevada, and then after 2 weeks, it just shuts back down again. But
Right.
during that 2
So-
weeks, it's just a universe of light and sound and
crazy.
color and
It's
beauty,
crazy.
and it's amazing.
So what we're going to show you right now is some of the way some of the people get around on art cars. So here's an eyeful.
The Todd and Erin Daily Stream is brought to you by PC Laptops, with desktops and laptops starting as low as $7.99 with a lifetime parts and service warranty. They fix phones too. Go to PCLaptops.com. And by Brio Technologies. They rent, sell, and install audiovisual components, including professional sound, lighting, video and intercom systems, components, projectors, interactive whiteboards, and classroom audio systems. Just go to BrioAudiovisual.com.
Some people have destinies, and these are the people you're about to tell them about that have a destiny. And what is it?
People who are going to hell. I mean, where it's so obvious and it's so immediate that you just know there's a corner suite just booked for them now, and they're already getting the big boiling bucket of tar that they're going to be spending upside down for the rest of their
With
eternities.
their names on it.
Yeah.
And so this is a story I remember, and this happened about like 4 months ago.
This is the polar opposite of Tell Me Something Good, and as a matter of fact, that's a story we actually told you, and it was from a New Jersey couple, and that was Kate McClure. She had been sitting in her vehicle on the side of a New Jersey interstate. She was out of gas. She was crying because she didn't have any money with her. She was overwhelmed. And Johnny Bobbitt is a homeless gentleman.
Right.
He came up and he said, "Are you okay?" And she goes, "I'm out of gas and I don't have my purse." And he goes, "Look, lock your doors, roll up your windows, and just sit here." And then he went back to the gas station, walked back another 3/4 of a mile, used his last $20 to get gas for her, then walked all the way back and then put it in for her. So it was such an incredible thing that she went back and found him the next day to pay him back and said, "Look, we want to help you." So they set up a GoFundMe account.
Now, see, this
And
is
it
building to such a nice story.
It went viral, and everyone's like, "We're going to help this great man find a place to live in a car so he can get
How
a
much?
job."
How
And
much did they raise?
they'd hoped for $10,000.
$400,000.
This is the kind of beautiful people. This is the kind of place we live where people are moved by these stories of kindness, and people reward them by their own generosity.
And this is the person who took their last $20 and went and got her gas, even though they had
this,
no more money.
Yeah, which makes this incredible. Well, here's the problem.
Oh no.
In August, Johnny Bobbitt told a Philadelphia newspaper he'd only received tiny amount of the funds that were donated for him, and he was beginning to get worried that maybe the couple wasn't going to give him any more. Now,
Right.
fortunately, he had managed to get an SUV and a camper, so he has a place to live.
Oh, cool.
He found a job because
Oh,
now
that's
he's got a
cool.
car he can drive to
That
work.
is so
But he
cool.
was like, he says, I'd really like to go to a drug rehab program, and I was hoping you could give me some more of my money.
Right.
And they held him off, and he finally got an attorney.
Oh, no.
So they
Here
think
we
there's
go.
around about $150,000, $200,000 left of the money, right?
Right.
Which still is considerably less than what he was supposed to get.
No.
Well, they learned about this during a conference call with a judge because Bobbitt's lawyers had asked the judge to impose sanctions on the couple after they missed the court-ordered deadline to hand over the remaining GoFundMe money.
Right, they had to account for it.
Because he became suspicious because he noticed they were driving a brand new BMW, and they'd gone on 3 or 4 very expensive vacations because they'd even stopped by and given him a couple of little souvenirs.
And GoFundMe took about $30,000 because they have a fund.
They take a chunk, too.
There's a fee for that. Okay.
There's no
BMW though,
There's
huh?
no money left.
There's none.
All the money's gone. The $200,000 that was meant for Johnny Bobbitt is gone.
Was used up. Now,
Everything's gone.
Now I understood that they got to go into this couple's home. They got to seize things like the BMW and stuff.
Good.
So maybe they'll be able to recoup some of the funds.
And he can get into his drug rehab program.
Ah.
They took his money.
Dirty, rotten
Really?
buggers.
You took a trip to the Caribbean with this guy's money that was meant for his drug rehab program.
They're going to hell.
You bought a BMW.
You're going to hell.
Stolen from the man who walked 1.5 miles in the middle of night to bring you gas.
You're going to hell. That's it. All right, another video time.
Yeah, let's cheer this up
This will
again.
just be a montage of craziness going on at Burning Man that we went to. My 9th.
My 7th? I
Yep,
think 7th.
Your 7th. Okay, so here's crazy.
The Todd and Erin Daily Stream is brought to you by PC Laptops with desktops and laptops starting as low as $7.99 with a lifetime parts and service warranty. They fix phones too. Go to PCLaptops.com. And by Brio Technologies. They rent, sell, and install audiovisual components, including professional sound, lighting, video and intercom systems, components, projectors, interactive whiteboards, and classroom audio systems. Just go to BrioAudiovisual.com.
I will stab you with my Sharpie, which isn't as dangerous as it might sound.
Welcome
'Cause
back
it's
to
really
the show.
more like,
do it.
It's, I might get some dots on you, but that's about as bad as it gets.
Don't. Calm down. Remember Burning Man. Remember those pictures. We
The
just
love.
saw the pictures, the calmness.
The love, the kindness.
It's like 2 in the morning. I never stay up till 2 in the morning. We stayed up till 2 in the morning. We have some more video coming up. Hampden Beach, New Hampshire.
Haven't you? We've been to New Hampshire, to the beach there.
I was there many times as a kid. And so evidently, this man is now been charged with a crime
Right there on the beach? What did he do?
right there in the beach at Hampton Beach. Evidently, a seagull, our state bird,
Mine.
mine, came down and grabbed his cheeseburger and flew off.
No freaking way.
Of course, way. It's a cheeseburger. It's sitting there.
I
Big
could
bird.
see snatching a fry or something, but really? This
Go
is an
for it.
ambitious seagull. It's like,
They're
I'm taking
big.
out the hamburger.
Go for it. Go for it.
That's hysterical.
In a desperate reaction, he rolls over and he kicks the bird,
Trying to retrieve said cheeseburger.
and that is illegal.
He kicked the bird, though?
He kicked the bird. He kicked the bird.
Well, the witness said that the bird's leg was injured and it was trying to struggle to fly. So he hurt the bird.
He hurt the bird.
I mean, I'm sorry about the cheeseburger, but it's not the bird's fault. You can't kick a bird.
What's that? $1.70?
Yeah. So what happens after he got charged with
So
kicking the bird?
evidently, the authorities were called, and he was given a fine. Now, don't look at my story.
Okay, I'm not looking.
All right. So, crime number 75261, kicking a bird.
Okay.
Not a bird, a seagull. That's what that case is.
It's a specific one. All right.
How
sure.
much?
I don't know, like $50 or something?
No.
Or do you have to make like a donation to the wildlife? Or
No. It's got a specific amount of money for kicking a seagull.
Oh, I mean, there's like an actual, okay.
there is an ordinance.
125?
No, 124.
$124.
Now the question I have:
Why?
Why didn't they round it up?
Why 124?
Was there a meeting where someone said, it's only a seagull. We have so many of them. Let's not do 125. Let's just do 124.
That just seems too extreme. And
a sparrow would be like $1.32.50 or something. What about other birds?
that is really discriminatory towards birds. I would
think-
just like to point out this is almost offensive to me.
I think it is. I think a pigeon gets kicked and he goes, "What? I'm not a seagull?" Seagull.
This
Pigeons.
is like a self-esteem issue for the birds now.
It really is. $124. How would you ever come up with that? $124. Anyway.
I have to admit, that's like, yeah.
It's just a bad thing.
Did the bird at least get to have a little rehab?
I'm going to say yes so you won't cry.
All right, thank you. I
All
appreciate
right,
that.
very good. So anyway, thank you very much for watching.
Tell me something good.
Oh my gosh.
Cannot go without that. Number
Tell
one.
tell me something good.
First of all, our Facebook page, if you haven't stopped by our Tell Me Something Good Facebook page, please do. We have a $100 gift card giveaway because we figured that was a good thing to tell you. Hey, we have money for you, because that's always cheering you up. But it's the one place you can count on. Everything is going to be happy.
Nothing crazy.
Everything. And we love your
Nice.
stories, because in order to win the gift card, we just ask everyone, please like the page and tell us something good about your day or your week.
Right.
And the stories we've heard
Are great.
amazing.
And you can share that, and you can go on and read theirs too.
So please stop by. Make sure that you sign up. We'd love to see you. Also, if you're still watching my girlies, do not forget this now qualifies you for Erin's Night Out tickets and these of course are free, but you have to win them. This is for Saturday, October 20th, down at the Salt Lake City Downtown Marriott. It is going to be a barn burner of an evening. If you've been before, you already know this.
And very frightening.
So just drop a comment and share the show today, and you're qualified, and I'll pick the first 25 girls.
Give them an example of tell me something good. Now, usually these start off in a kind of horrific way.
First of all, this is brought to you by PC Laptops. Our friends at PC Laptops, of course, who can build you a beautiful laptop or a desktop computer starting at $799.
Plus, they can fix your phones.
And even at the lowest price, it's still a lifetime service and parts guarantee.
There you go.
Alrighty.
You can't beat that.
This is, to me, is a huge one, because I think that for a lot of senior citizens, once you get to the retirement age, a lot of your identity disappears, because you used to be a businessman, or you used to be a woman that ran an HR company.
Female lumberjack.
Yeah, I mean, and so when you get to the age where you're maybe not considered as important anymore, or perhaps not as
Or
necessary.
don't feel your identity.
Which
as
is
much, right.
which is wrong. So Starbucks actually just started a brand new system, which I think is the coolest thing ever. Now the first one is in Mexico City, and it's now staffed completely by older employees. You have to be 65 to start, and then it goes up to 75. So the 65 to 75-year-olds are your baristas, and they said they were trained by the younger group that came in, and they said they were wonderful. And they said, these are the nicest people we've ever trained. They're always on time, and they pay attention, and they figured it out instantly. We didn't have to come back.
But
They're
they
wonderful.
keep drinking all the espresso to keep up.
So, I mean, I think that's absolutely wonderful. There's a few things they did. For instance, work shifts are just a little bit shorter because
You're on your
might get
legs,
tired of
you're
work.
on your feet, right.
Shelving has been lowered just a little bit for accessibility.
Because you're short.
And they said that this has been a huge hit, and they're looking to do this in several other places.
That's funny. That's funny.
And what they're finding is a lot of people want to go in there, because one woman said, I feel like I'm seeing my Nana when I come in here and I get my latte. And so for the customers, it's been just as good, because they feel like they're getting that moment with a beloved older relative again.
Plus, they call you darling and honey
I know,
and
I love
sweetie,
that. I love
which
it
is
when you do that.
so great, you know.
So anyway, I thought that was a gorgeous story. So they're hoping to have another 120 of these stores by the end of 2018.
Oh, that's so cool.
So.
All right. So anyway, now thank you for watching
Thank
the
you.
Todd and Erin Daily Stream. Some good stories there. Once again, we will close. Were there fireworks? Hell yeah, at Burning Man. So we're going to leave you with that little eye candy going on, and we will see you Monday right here on the Todd and Erin Daily Stream.